On this episode, we go to a place where life truly imitates art. A place where I'll face a great personal challenge, staying still for a full 90 seconds.
Okay, time's up.
It's also I can take part in my very first Last Supper.
Bartholomew.
Let's start in the middle. These are not famous paintings. That is not a famous sculpture. Those are actually people, real people in costume on a stage portraying famous paintings. Every summer here at Laguna Beach, a bunch of artistically inclined somebodies put together their annual Pageant of the Masters. I took in a show last night and it blew me away. So today, I'm meeting the somebodies who are on a mission to keep that tradition alive.
34 years ago, I got a call from the then director of the pageant, and he was looking for a new scriptwriter.
Yeah.
And he's telling me about this production of Tableau Vivant, which is a little footnote in theater history.
Tableau Vivant is French. It means living picture. I had to Google it.
It sounds like some kind of community extravaganza / fiasco.
But Dan became a convert, and now he's the show's writer and historian, which leads us to a spectacular landmark.
I want to show you this parking lot. And just like so many things in Southern California.
If you've just joined us, we're about to see a parking lot. Honey, get in here.
Yeah, right. This parking lot was a cleared space in 1935 where Rowe, the original creator of the Pageant of the Masters, presented on a stage that he built the Pageant of the Masters.
Like the rest of the country, this seaside artists' colony was struggling during the Great Depression. The locals wanted to come up with a way to get people interested in art.
Isn't it interesting, though, that at the height of the Depression, the country turned in so many different ways to entertainment and art and, the very things that, you often think of as kind of an extravagance suddenly became kind of critical.
Well, we're coming up on the grounds of the Festival of Arts, which has been the home since 1941 of the festival and pageant. And you don't need a ticket because you're going to be in it.
Yep, I'm going to appear in the grand finale of the evening, becoming the living embodiment of the apostle Bartholomew in Leonardo da Vinci's Last Supper. But first, it takes a lot of somebodies to bring art to life. 500, in fact. Let's meet a few.
The tech director, Richard Butch Hill.
Hey.
Hey,
This is,
Mike.
I'm Butch. How are you?
Butch, I'm great, thanks.
I'm Rick.
Here's the man you're replacing. So
You're replacing me.
I'm sorry. All right, so you are Bartholomew.
I am. I'm the Bart man.
And this is where you are?
I am.
Maybe I should see you up there
Okay.
in whatever posture, ultimately. This is the back of the table,
This is the
obviously.
back, yeah.
All right, so show me Bartholomew.
Stand on the box.
Uh-huh.
Your hand is around this roll, and the other hand is around the cup. You're going to have Bill Garrett, who stands here.
Who's Bill play?
Oh, gosh, I don't know.
You've been standing next to him all
I
year.
know. I know his name.
Bill the disciple?
I guess.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so anyway, there you are.
You just lean your left shoulder into his back right shoulder, and you look down that way.
And what kind of expression does Bartholomew?
Neutral expression.
Neutral?
No expression whatsoever.
Show me neutral.
All right. So you're very close to him.
Okay.
The first week that we were on, and a small gust of wind just blew one of his stray hairs and came across my...
That's too bad.
That is.
How'd you handle it? You just suck
Tough
it
it
up.
up.
Yeah.
You can't move, so you just tough it out.
Sometimes you get an apostle's hair in your nose. All right, I got it. So you're here,
Okay. Yep, both feet on the box.
both on the box.
Yep,
Assuming a completely neutral expression,
yep,
but not blasé, not bored.
Not bored.
Just neutral.
neutral.
If you could tip your head a little that way as well, you get a little more light that way.
This way.
Oh,
This
like
way.
this.
Yeah, like
There
that.
you
There
go.
you
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Just so your head's parallel.
Now, is it going to be weird with me wearing the ball cap? Somewhere from beyond the pale, Da Vinci screaming. All right, great.
Think you can do that?
I believe I can hit this mark and assume an expression of indifference and hold it for 90 seconds. I've been holding that expression for most of my life, actually. So, yeah, I'm going with surprise. Who ordered the lobster? All right, cool, I got it. I think I got it. Check.
At the Pageant of the Masters, classic art is brought to life with real people. For example, here I get to sit in for Charles Dickens in Victorian artist Robert Buss's painting, Dickens' Dream.
Who painted this, do you recall?
Charles Buss. Actually, it's a watercolor, which makes it unusual, and it's in the Charles Dickens Museum in London.
May I approach the...
Please.
Yeah, let me show you how to get in there. Down on here.
Okay.
Watch yourself there. You got to squeeze. There you go.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Charles Dickens was a little thinner than I imagined.
Yeah.
They're coming right at you, Troy.
All right, we're
You're
coming
about
at
to
you.
get
We're going to
smashed.
squeeze you in there. All right, come on down about a... You're kind of fine to come out.
Yeah, we're gonna miss you, Troy.
Yep.
You had a good run. How's the casting work?
Height, primarily.
Height.
So
So
once I scale the paintings out to fit the stage,
Yeah.
and then we can determine what size the people are in the painting. So if there's people in the background, for say, like further away, they tend to be children because
Yeah.
the perspective.
How would Charles Dickens extract himself from his painting? Because
A couple crew guys will pull this back and get him out of here.
Push the ejecto button.
Once these great works have been transformed into sets, they need the living part of living art, an unflappable core of volunteer performers. These volunteers have only one major challenge: staying perfectly still for 90 seconds. I'm going to have a go at it with one of the tougher assignments, Perseus, Holding the Head of Medusa by Benvenuto Cellini.
oh, wow, this is a whole different deal.
Yeah, so your hand's on the sword, and your arm is here. It's got an elbow rest. And you're up here.
Holding her like
We
that.
try to hide this, so you
Yeah.
can that's kind of like how it goes. That keeps you steady.
I really thought that guy was just holding up that head for, I mean, that would be tough. Wow, okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Starting. Lights are up.
But even with this contraption, 90 seconds is a very, very long time to do nothing at all. It's harder than it looks. I'll spare you the pain.
Okay, time's up.
So the guy who does this, he's all like cut and ripped, and he's a buff guy. It's too bad, man. I'd love a shot at this one, but I got an extra 20 I'm carrying.
Live theater makes you look thinner.
Does it take off 20 pounds?
No,
Of course it does.
dark theater makes you look thinner.
Yeah. Less light, please.
Is that coming through? There we go. Grab a book.
Butch and his crew are responsible for getting 44 paintings on and off the set every night. Da Vinci, Sargent, movie posters to Manet. And they do it in almost total darkness.
So it's literally painting after painting, flat after flat, set piece after set piece, and they stack them back here in the order that they're going to have to load them when they go on. So what you wind up seeing from the audience is just 1, 2, 3, 4 back stacked up like this. But here, it's like you're in the middle of a deck of cards
Grab a hold.
while they're being
Going back in.
shuffled. Yeah. Oh, when we pull the wrong one out?
Nope, we got it rearranged them.
Oh.
So how do you bring a script to life with a stage full of performers who don't speak? That would be the job of the narrator,
How are you?
Richard Doyle.
The resolution of the story, as well as clues to other mysteries, are revealed within the case files of the art detectives.
How much fun is this for you, first of all?
It's great fun. It's great fun. It's like a big campfire. You know?
Yeah.
Sit around telling stories.
On the one hand, you're in a big arena, and so there's all that temptation to talk.
Right.
But you're really just talking to one person, and you're
Right.
really telling them a really intimate story, but your voice fills the whole canyon when you do it. So it's just it's cool.
It is kind of cool.
60 performances back to back, 2,600 seats. You're basically sold out every night.
Yeah. It's 7 nights a week, so I'm here every night telling this story.
I think that's what they call a steady gig.
There you go.
Can I see where you
Poke your head in there.
Where you
See
live?
what it's like. You just sit here on this
Oh,
plush chair
Look
with
at that.
my pad on it.
you gotta have
You
a
put
pad,
those cans on your head.
right?
So you've done that before, I know.
Once or twice.
And a little idiot light comes on right there, and you throw this switch. And then you got a 28-piece orchestra playing a wonderful piece of music that's composed just for that story.
Right.
You don't
No.
get that very often.
And look, I mean, maybe you pay the bills every so often by explaining to people that we're rolling back prices this Sunday through Friday, right? But, you know, you can come in a little bit, you can come in here every night and restore your soul.
Yeah.
So that's when you hear the narration going on, you'll know that's going on here. And that's pretty much the view of the stage from here if you haven't seen it yet. Troy, spin around and give us a good way out of this scene, would you? And we'll be back as soon as Troy does something artistic.
It's about an hour before the Pageant of the Masters begins. I'm headed backstage to get an up-close look at exactly how people are transformed into classical works of art.
This is a chance to see a little bit more behind the scenes.
All right, so the headpieces?
Headpiece, yeah. Reagan
Hello.
forward.
Mike.
Reagan, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, Reagan. How do you spell your name, Reagan?
R-E-A-G-A-N, like Ronald.
No, that's R-O-N-A-L-D. All right, so you're in charge of this basic area.
Yeah.
And what is it about the headpieces down here that make it different than, say, a Broadway show?
We do caps, essentially, that fit to our cast members' heads.
Right.
So this was a buckram cap that I fit to the cast member's head. Then, cut out for ears, and it's painted. I make a hat that gets attached, and then this all is going to go on the cast member's head.
May I?
Huh?
So they're not necessarily wearing hats or wigs. They're wearing basically like a skull cap.
Like a skull cap.
All right? But it's all just a combination of hair and maybe ears.
Maybe ears.
Maybe a hat. Moses. So how many different heads are you responsible for? I guess, like, what?
Almost every single cast member gets a headpiece, so about 150.
What will I be wearing tonight? Do you know?
You have, actually, the Last Supper wears wigs. We do some wigs. This will be you tonight.
Think it'll fit? Is this something we should deal with now?
Actually, I think it will fit. We could try it. As you can see, our other cast member has a large head as well, so. Here.
Did Bartholomew have
You got a nice
sideburns?
little curly.
Man, I kind of like it.
It's not too much different than what you got already.
No, it
so.
is. Look at that. It's got a nice encroaching
It's like-
hairline,
yeah.
full head of curly hair. Bartholomew had it going on.
Yeah.
Hey,
See?
look at you.
We have a very young gentleman playing an older man, so he gets a fake mustache.
What's your name?
Aiden,
Aiden? How old are you?
9.
Aiden, how long have you been doing this for?
This is my 5th year.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
buried the lead, kid. 5 years. So you're 9 now. That means don't tell me. You've literally done this 5 years and you're 9 years old. Any advice for me tonight? I'm going to be in the Last Supper. I'm going to be playing Bartholomew, I believe.
Try to make friends. That's my only thing.
Make friends with the people you're up there with.
Yeah. The guy that's easy to make friends with is the man who plays Jesus Christ.
Well, sure. If you can't be friends with Jesus. I got it. All right, I know you got stuff to do. Thanks for chatting. It's been a pleasure to meet you. 5 years, Pageant of the Masters. That's awesome.
Upstairs, the lights have dimmed and the performance has begun. Backstage, the lights are bright. And it's kind of weird.
That's so funny.
Peace, brother.
This is Victoria. In just a few moments, she's going to the casual ward. It's kind of a sad painting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look right there. Give me the saddest look you can. It's so sad. Oh, Mr. Dickens. Hello, sir.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Mike.
Great. Hi. Gifford.
Gifford, I had the pleasure of sitting in your painting.
In the chair?
Yeah.
How'd you like it?
Well, I'll tell you. To be honest, you can't have a lot of hip going on.
It's a tight
It's a
fitting
tight
chair.
fit. Yeah.
Well, it's for people like us who are in perfect shape. You know.
Thank you for noticing, Gifford. How long you been doing this?
I just started this first year.
First year?
Yeah.
And you nailed Charles Dickens going straight in?
Yeah. Well, it's
Put that anywhere, don't you? I know you got a lot going on.
I like the transition. When they come in, they're one way, and then when they get in costume, they kind of just do a metamorphosis. They change a little bit.
Speaking of metamorphosis, the time has come to begin my own. First stop in my extreme biblical makeover is wardrobe, where I'm fitted with a t-shirt, best described as very New Testament.
Bartholomew.
Now, some pantyhose over my head.
So now we're getting you in a wig cap.
Uh-huh.
Cover up your hair so when you get your wig on, you kind of protect it from your sweat. I'm not sure, you might have to lose this.
No, I did some research, and Bartholomew
He had
definitely
that?
wore the watch.
Yeah.
He was all about
Yeah.
being punctual for his Last Supper. All right.
Yep.
Now what do I do? Makeup?
You're gonna go to makeup.
Okay, makeup.
That's what I'm hoping you look like.
This is what we're shooting for. God, what kind of makeup is this?
It's important.
This is cadaver makeup, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seriously? No, it says it. It's cadaver gray. It's when you know your career's taken a bold, new, and exciting turn. Do you have any makeup preferences, Mr. Rowe? Yeah, I like a gray. Something in a cadaver.
They go through a lot of makeup here. 50 gallons every summer on both face and hands.
Looking good.
I just made the mistake of looking at myself in the mirror. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how could he get any more good looking?
You gotta look a little older. Each stroke makes you look a little older.
Now that I'm aged to perfection,
You're done.
I'm done?
Yeah?
All right, I'm done.
Done.
it's back to wardrobe for my wardrobe.
Bartholomew tie-dyed?
Pretty much.
This is muslin?
Yes.
Muslin is painted canvas. From a distance, it looks like a tunic. Up close, it looks like painted canvas.
That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
Because I'm behind the table. Yeah, I don't have to worry about my shoes or anything.
No.
All right, good.
Okay.
Now I get a head.
Right, you get a wig.
Wigs and heads.
So there you are, an apostle.
Wow. I'm Bartholomew.
Yeah, perfect.
The intermission, I think, has just begun. So we'll take another break, too, and I'll walk around and see if I can't meet Jesus. Have you seen Jesus? You this way?
The Pageant of the Masters is winding down, and I'm about to make my apostolic debut, The Last Supper.
You this way?
Before I do, though, I sure would like to meet the star of the painting.
Have you seen Jesus? You this way? I miss Jesus. Did you see Jesus back there by chance? Jesus. I'm Mike.
Oh, I'm Kim.
It's a pleasure. Is this all of us? I think we should put a band together. Where's Jesus? Over there. He sits by himself? What? Seriously. Too good for the rest of us. Please don't get up. No. Jesus is wearing tennis shoes. And fairly inexpensive ones, if you don't mind me saying. How long have you been doing this?
28 years.
Oh, how long have you been assuming this particular role?
26.
You've been playing Jesus for 26 years?
Yeah.
How'd you score the part? What was the audition like?
It's really funny. I was just telling George, I was driving by one Sunday afternoon, saw the sign, popped in, got measured, and about 3 weeks later they called me and I got cast. I mean, yeah, that's a good part. I'll take it.
So you basically got it because you had the right measurements? You fit the costume?
It would have to be the costume, yeah. I don't think it'd be anything else.
So you never leave his side, do you?
No,
Right
usually
there.
I'm on your side, but you took my place.
I'll switch with you if it makes you feel better. God, look, I don't want to come in between Jesus and Mary for crying out loud.
No, John.
John, sorry.
Whatever.
Whatever. Do you feel pressure out there given the fact that look, everybody's looking at you. Nobody's looking at Bartholomew.
You know what? They might tonight.
They'll be looking at me to see if I
you
sneeze.
mess up.
Yeah, like my cell phone goes off or something.
Do you have your cell phone?
Of course, I never take it off. In fact, I thought maybe, if it's not too rude, I thought a quick selfie about 45 seconds in. Just bang. And everybody, no?
Yeah, no.
We get the call. It's almost showtime. But first, the green room, a rare opportunity to bond with the apostles.
I'm Andrew.
Andrew. What became of Andrew? They all had bad endings. It's like all of us, apparently, just went out and he was boiled.
I was stabbed.
You were stabbed to death?
Sword by King Herod, James the Great.
And you were skinned alive.
Bartholomew was skinned alive?
That's why you're the patron saint of skinners and tanners.
You're kidding.
No.
I was a tax guy.
You were a tax guy?
I'm the second most hated guy. That's why on set I go, that guy did it.
With respect, whatever happened to you, you had it come.
Yeah.
Wow, Bartholomew was skinned alive. I think that might be the worst.
Actually, I think Jesus had it the worst.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You know what? You are such a suck up. All right, we're on. We're going to make our way upstairs right now. I think we'll be shooting with sort of an infrared camera once we get up there. But it's going to be dark and a little hectic. I gotta pee. You hate to go out there when you have to pee. Somebody gonna remind me what to do? It's like this and this.
Guys, can you all your poses, please? Thank you very much. Sorry.
My last handler is Rob Deutsch. His job? Make sure I am the perfect poser.
Very, very close to the cue. Pretty exciting. I'm gonna do this for 90 seconds.
And with those 3 wraps on the Last Supper table, things start to move fast. I got to admit, I'm kind of nervous. The Last Supper has been the final tableau of every pageant since 1932. And while I give them major props for their priorities, I don't want to be remembered as the only Bartholomew who blew the finale and became the most hated disciple since Judas.
By Leonardo da Vinci, The Last Supper.
That was awesome. That's great. It's all I was doing was staring at the tip of your finger. I just stared at it. Really, really great, guys. Thank you.
So to sum up, back in 1932, out of the Great Depression, a group of starving artists decide to bring classic paintings to life, choosing The Last Supper as their piece de resistance in order to draw attention to their artistic beach community. Here we are, nearly 90 years later, with 500 people coming together every summer to keep that tradition alive, and tens of thousands gathering to watch. I just might be back next year, because let's face it, I'm a natural.
Doing this for 90 seconds at a time. I could do this all day.